Hi, Gemini. It's Angie. I'm back. So, I started your reading. That's why I have the cards laid out, some of them. And then I had somebody at my door, that my neighbor, that brought me this beautiful Tulsi plant, which is a sacred plant among the Hindus. So instead of pushing pause, I pushed the stop button. So rather than starting over completely, I'm just going to tell you what we have for you so far. So we're going to just kind of fast forward. So first I picked your oracle cards, and I was about to read the mountain card. You got the mountain card. And then from the native spirit deck, you got the spirit of earth. And then from the magical mermaids and dolphins, you got music for manifesting. And this card says to manifest rapidly, think about your desire as you're either chanting, humming, singing, or maybe listening to one of your favorite songs. That's pretty neat. Some of you Geminis that are working on manifesting something into your life. Okay. And I work with an abundance line so that anything can come up. There's been a lot of emphasis on the readings I've done lately on love relationships because we are still in Venus retrograde. So that could be why that's happening. You pulled from the main deck, you pulled the Ten of Wands in your past next to the Queen of Wands, a lot of fire energy. Fire queen, the life of the party queen. She's the charismatic, sexy, creative, very fun to be around queen, the fire queen. She's our fire queen of the pack. Then you got the Knight of Discs, the slow-moving knight, moving towards you slowly, next to the waiting for your ships to come in card, the Three of Wands, a lot of fire and earth. And then for your future, you got the Nine of Discs, the self-assured, independent, entrepreneurial, business type person. It's usually a woman. It's just somebody who's single or somebody who's single and independent. And then you got the Five of Discs, which is a little bit of a feeling of lack or being left out in the cold card. So we're going to clarify these. What I've done so far was I've clarified your Ten of Wands in your past. So you got the Ten of Wands, and on top of that, you got a major arcana. You got the Strength card. The zodiac affinity is Leo, which tells me that whatever this burden is you're carrying, whether it's something physically, a job, a creative project, maybe a relationship, that you have had a lot of and exhibited a lot of strength through this, burdensome time that these heavy burdens that you're carrying. And this is in your past. And then the other clarifier is another great card for you during this time of feeling of oppression. You got another major arcana. You got the Temperance card. So you're doing what's right for you and what will balance out this situation, and you're handling it very well. You're tempering yourself. Then in your past, as I said, you got the Fire Queen, and then I clarified it could be a man or a woman. They're not gender specific, these cards. You got the Eight of Swords, which is the air quality, the mental, your thought processes. And this is, if you look in this card, you'll see she's blindfolded and she's tied up. Okay, so this is what is like a kind of a self-created mental prison when your thoughts are kind of weighing you down. You feel stuck. Yeah, it's like it's not a physical prison where you're locked up. It's a mental imprisonment. So this is kind of a tough card to deal with, and it's on top of this Fire Queen. So it looks to me like you're kind of all up in your head about possibly a fire sign. It doesn't have to be, but somebody that's exuding those qualities. The Queen of Wands, it would be an Aries, a Sagittarius, or a Leo. It could be a male or a female. Okay? Then in your present, there's the Knight of Discs is showing up. And he's a very slow moving knight. He comes towards you slowly. Generally stays when they get there, but they're very methodical. They do a lot of planning and they think things through, and they're not easy to give their heart away to somebody. So that's the Knight of Wands, and that's the Discs Wands, or the Knight of Discs or Pentacles or Shields. So that's an earth sign. So that would be, it doesn't have to be, but somebody who's exhibiting those qualities of a Virgo, a Capricorn, or a Taurus. Then on top of that Knight of Wands, I drew the Six of Knight of Wands. I keep saying the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Discs. I drew the Six of Shields, or the Six of Pentacles, or discs, or coins, and he came out the reverse, this card. So it's looking to me like, and then also on top of that, I clarified with the Knight of Cups, water sign, who came out also in reverse. So looking at these three cards, and this is where I left off. So you have the slow moving knight, because the other three knights tend to rush in. And because the Six of Pentacles is in the reverse, it tells me that you may be feeling that there's not really a lot of equal give and take with this person at the present time. And it might just seem that way because he is a very slow moving knight. Not a lot of equity. And then you got the Knight of Cups, which is water, which would be a Cancer, Scorpio, or a Pisces. It doesn't have to be, but this is a love offering, but it came in the reverse. So I think for a lot of you Geminis, I'm getting that this Prince of Discs and this Prince or Knight of Cups could be the same person. And it seems as though there's not an equal give and take, because they're planning and they're putting a lot of thought into this. Or maybe, they have other things going on, since he also came out in the reverse. So there could be a delay on, if this is a romantic relationship, which it looks like it might be. It looks like there's a delay. But you're waiting. You're waiting for your ships to come in. Now, this doesn't have to be with regards to these relationships, because it looks like you may be dealing with two people, Gemini. You have this Queen of Wands, this fire energy sign, that you're in your past, and you may be moving into the present with somebody that you're waiting on, that's coming towards you slowly. And then before I clarified the Three of Wands, I wanted to read the Oracle card that you got, card number 6, called the Mountain. Okay, card number 6. These Oracle cards should tie into the tarot spread. That the cards that come out in this abundance line. And I don't know if I said this on take 2 of this video, but I do an abundance line, past, present, future, so that anything can come up. It could be finances, career, partnerships, love interests, destiny, anything really could come up. But during this Venus retrograde, a lot of love relationships or romantic partnerships are seeming to come out for all the readings I've done so far. Mountain. It says you have the capacity, and this goes with the Strength card, to flow around any obstacle. This is the time to adapt. Okay, Gemini? It came in the upright, so sometimes you'll come across what appears to be an insurmountable obstacle, like a huge mountain that separates you from your success. You might think that climbing it or chiseling away at it is the answer. But why take such a treacherous, tedious approach? Be like the rivers that flow around mountains naturally. You'll move past this obstacle relatively quickly if you choose the easy way around, which is also overlapping with this Three of Wands, because in the traditional decks, they're standing on the horizon at the water's edge. Sometimes they're choppy waters, sometimes they're not. It depends on the deck. But you're just kind of waiting there patiently. This is the time to adapt to your circumstances. If you decide to climb, remember to take one step at a time, opting for the next right action. So, yeah, that's some good advice there. These oracle cards are great for advice. So if this card, it is sitting next to this slow moving knight, and a relationship where there's not really equal give and take, because one of the parties it could be you or the other person. These roles could be reversed. Kind of waiting patiently with temperance. You had temperance in the past and strength for this person to make come more forward with an offering of love to you, or they may be waiting for you to make a love offering to them, because you got the Independent card too coming up in your future. Okay, so it may be telling you to focus on your pentacles or your coins. So yeah, so let's get a clarifier on this Three of Wands, and then I want to read the Spirit of Earth, this next oracle card. You'll see how that ties in. And the other oracle card, we can read this now. I can't remember if I read this in the second video or not, but this is telling you, in order to manifest things quickly, like maybe this relationship, to focus on your desires while you're listening to music, or you could be humming or singing or chanting. Okay? Tricks of the manifesting trade. Let's read the Spirit of Earth. As I said when I was recording the first video for you, Gemini, this is the first time I've used this deck, which was a gift. And it's called the Native Spirit. Funny, I just pulled this one, Sacred Mountain. Got mountain again. Earth. Here we go. Okay, card meeting. Prosperity is blossoming in all areas of your life. You are strong and grounded. And we did pick that Strength card for you, that Major Arcana. Who you are is enough, just as you are. Connect more fully with nature. The Spirit of Earth asks you to tend to your health, detoxify your body, understand how to use your body's physiology, pay attention to how your body feels, and respond accordingly. So I'm asking for some self-care here. Create a home for your soul. Have objects in your home that feel good to you every time you see them. Be present and cherish the here and now. Your native spirit wants you to know the Spirit of Earth represents your physical self and your physical surroundings. It's okay to make plans for the future, but make sure that you also embrace and appreciate the present. And this did fall under your, I have it under your present here when I chose to read it. You're deeply and profoundly loved and supported at all times, no matter what's occurring in your life. You also had the heavy burden card in your recent past. Trust that all your needs are being met. Take time to create spaces in your home where you feel absolutely at peace, and in doing so, you create a template for peace in all areas of your life. That's good advice. Feel the solidity and the power of the earth beneath you. This is your core. Just as grass pushes out of the moist ground, know that fresh new shoots of growth are similarly taking place within you right now. You are grounded, prosperous, and strong. Okay. Put this back up here. Okay, back to the tarot. So I was going to throw some clarifiers on Three of Wands for you. Please, for my Geminis, clarifying the Three of Wands. I'm not going to take these. Three came out. I'm going to wait for the right card. Wait for one, please. Card on this Three of Wands. What are my Geminis waiting on, patiently waiting, and bring themselves, having strength. You got three again. The Queen of Cups. Oh, again, you got a court card in reverse. Okay, so you're waiting for this Queen of Cups. It could be a male or a female. It's somebody that's not offering their cup, and sometimes they can be cold when they come in the reverse. And this could also be a karmic partner, a situation that you're still healing and learning from. Okay. But then you got the Knight of Cups coming in right. It looks like you have new love coming in, a new offer of love for you. This is also the Knight of Cups, right? It's right next to the other Knight of Cups, sitting directly beside it. And then you got this Queen of Wands again coming in, and now she's in the reverse. So this was a karmic situation from your past, the one that you're up in your head about, the fire sign, male or female. This could be player energy too. So this Queen of Wands that you were up in your head about, you're working through that because she's in the reverse now. So you're learning your lessons from this relationship, and you're taking it for what it was, and you're moving on because you have new love coming in, definitely. So you're kind of waiting and being patient for that. Nice. Now, moving into your future, your near future, you have the Nine of Discs, Pentacles, Shields, Coins, Earth. This is, I call this, a lot of people call this the Virgo card, because I'm a Virgo. That's my sun sign, and I'm like independent, and I'm single, and that's kind of how I like it, by choice. But this is in your near future, so this is a card of independence, the independence, single person, focusing more on the career. So let's take a clarifier on that, Spirit, please, for my Geminis. Clarifying the Nine of Discs. I think it's you, Gemini, focusing on your career and other things while you're waiting, planting new seeds, new shoots growing up, according to this card. Okay, so you're ready for some new fresh new beginnings. Yeah, you're working through some stuff. You had a heavy burden in your past. You're working through that, and you're kind of I think you have somebody else on your mind that's taking their time. So we'll see what comes up. You got the 8 of discs in reverse. I'm going to interpret this as this seems to be focused on love, your love life, your emotional world. Gemini came in the reverse. So as this 6 of discs, where there wasn't an equal give and take because it came in the reverse, you got the 8 of discs in reverse, which means one of these parties just is not willing to put in the work right now. And that's a little bit hard when you're hoping for somebody that you have feelings for to come into your life, and you did get it next to this 5 of discs, which is a lack card. It's generally feeling left out in the cold. A lot of times it does refer to your love life, your emotional world, feeling left out in the cold. This is a hard card. I'm going to put one clarifier on this for you, Gemini. But as you're working through this time where past loves are exiting your life, and you're kind of waiting for other things to come in, and you're focusing on your finances, and you have a lot of strength, so that's going to help you push forward in the arena of work and career, which you're going to be probably doing very well at. Okay, so we're going to clarify, please, the 5 of discs for Gemini. Clarifying the 5 of discs. We left out in the cold card. I'm going to pull an advice card on this for you too. We're at 22 minutes. From the Magical Mermaids and Dolphins. Yeah, this card wants to come out. Is that the Knight or the Page of Swords? You got another Knight in the reverse. Another Prince or another Knight. Fast moving one. The Knight of Swords, this is a very fast moving Knight. It could be a male or a female. They have their swinging swords, and they tend to just kind of chop down anything that's in their way. They're rushing towards something. They might be rushing towards you. It's not this person. And he came out in the reverse, so I think this is another, this came on the feeling being left out in the cold. So this is somebody that's, I don't think it's you, Gemini. It's somebody that is kind of working behind the scenes, trying to come into your life. This could even be somebody who's cyber stalking you on social media or online. And we're going to throw another card on this because it's causing you to feel left out in the cold. And it's in reverse. So it may be another person that's exiting your life, or it may be somebody from your past that you have on your mind, because during this Venus retrograde and these eclipses, we're in eclipse season, right in the middle of it. That's when all these past relationships come up, during Venus retrograde and during this eclipse season, and they're happening simultaneously. So your emotional world seems to me, Gemini, like you're getting a little bit of a shakeup so that you can heal that, so that new, fresh energy can come in for you. So just be patient and Practice temperance like you did in your past, and everything's going to work out for you. But I do want to take one more card on that. Spirit, please. And I also want to take one more card on this 8 of discs, this hard-working card, but it's in the reverse, somebody not working on something. Let's clarify, please. Let's take a card on the 8 of discs. Why is the 8 of discs here on top of the 9 of discs? It could be a delay in you could be waiting for a promotion, and there's a delay because the work's not being done to make this happen. And this could even relate to the quarantine, the shutdown. So you could be feeling a lack because of that. That maybe has affected your work, Gemini, this whole lockdown quarantine situation. So let's take one more card, please, for this 8 of Pentacles in the reverse for Gemini. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, you got the 3 of Cups. I'm going to interpret this for you as because you got this 8 of discs in reverse. I'm thinking this has something to do with the lockdown and your career goals. But while you have this free time on your hands, you're kind of in a celebratory mode. Okay. Now, for some of you Geminis, because there are a lot of court cards in this reading, for some of you, it could be a third-party situation, but they're 3 women. So for most of you, I think it's just, this is usually like a celebratory time where 3 or more people are gathered and you're having fun right now. And that's great. That'll take your mind off, since you got this mental imprisonment card in your past. That'll keep your mind free. And don't forget to manifest your desires while you're listening to music or singing, okay, or chanting or humming. Focus on the things that you do have power over, and manifest things that are within your power, like your career goals and stuff. That's what my suggestion would be. That's easier said than done sometimes. Okay, let's take a card on this this Knight of Swords. This could be somebody who's getting information about you through abstract channels, social media, that sort of thing. This could be somebody spying on you. You could be spying on somebody else. Maybe this maybe this Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn you could be spying on. It happens. I think things are kind of like have slowed down for you during this lockdown situation, because you got a lot of court cards in the reverse and a lot of work cards and stuff in the reverse. And that happens. I believe in trusted divine timing. So, use that time wisely to manifest and do things that you have more, control over. Card, please. One card on this Knight of Swords. Okay, you got more fire in the reverse. Yeah, you're going through something, Gemini. You would know who these people are. You got the Page of Wands. She came in the reverse. So you got 2 Queen of Wands in the reverse, and you got this Page of Wands in the reverse. And under this worry card and this feeling left out in the cold. So right now it seems to me, and we're going to take an advice card for you, Gemini. I'm going to use the Mermaids and Dolphins deck, and I'm going to bring in the Goddess deck for some advice for you, because it seems like you're going through some stormy emotional times right now, and they're never fun. Health issues aren't fun either. So I didn't shuffle this deck yet. Just bringing this deck in. Let's see if the Goddess Realms has any advice for you. One shuffle. Goddesses, do you have a card for my Gemini? Air signs. Gemini is an air sign. Air, mental quality, your thoughts, your thinking. I think a couple of them want to come out. Receptivity. Allow yourself to receive. This will increase your intuition, your energy, and your ability to give to others. Okay, that's nice. I'm going to read what else the book has to say about this receptivity card. The Goddess is Hathor. If you want to know more about the Hathors, there's actually a man, his name is Tom Kenyon. They're actually, this is a little out there, but the Hathors are extraterrestrial, benevolent beings that kind of are working with the Earth right now during our ascension process that we're in. As a collective, as a species. So we're all going through a lot of big changes right now. And they are the Hathors. They're toners. There's a lot of sound that they work with, frequencies and sound. So let's see what this receptivity card says. Yeah, if you want to look that up, Tom Kenyon, Kenyon. He works with the Hathors. It's deep stuff. It's really beautiful. It's really quite real. There's a lot of people on this planet working behind the scenes that are telepathic. And that's been scientifically proven as well. So I don't really feel too crazy coming out with these concepts. But I've heard with the Hathors, and at a conference about 17 years ago, there was a girl who had ties and kind of a connection with the Hathor. She was like a toning goddess. She worked with tones, toning, similar to singing, but really quite different. It's more of the feminine, more receptive aspect of sound, whereas music tends to be more the masculine aspect. Here we go. Okay. Allow yourself to receive. This will increase your intuition, energy, and ability to give to others. Message from Hathor. You have a maternal side to you that naturally cares for those in need. Yet this must be balanced with receptivity, or the flow is blocked. Receiving is the essence of feminine energy, and it means allowing yourself to receive with grace and gratitude. If you feel guilty when asking others for help, or if you feel bad about receiving gifts, then you block your feminine energy. Your receptivity is just as natural as your nurturing, giving energy. Receptivity allows you to better hear the voices of the angels. When you receive, you have more resources to give to others. Begin by noticing the hundreds of gifts you receive each day, whether it's seeing beauty in nature, witnessing a touching human moment, or being hugged by a loved one. Simply say thank you for each gift and know that they're filling up your storehouse, keeping the divine flow going strong. Okay, that's beautiful. So the advice for you from the goddess realms is to allow yourself to receive, and also being aware of um, the small gifts. You know, a beautiful song that comes on when you're driving, something you see that's beautiful in nature or another human being. So now we're going to take a card from another card of advice, and we're at 36 minutes, and then we'll be finished. From the Magical Mermaids and Dolphins deck. Card of advice. Do you have one card of advice, please? For Gemini. For June 2020, during this eclipse season, going through a lot of emotional purging, changes. You got the Alchemy card. My lighting isn't great. I'm going to try to put a lamp on this before I do the next reading and see if that helps. Sorry about that. But it says Alchemy. It says, you have the Midas touch right now, and every project you begin turns to gold. Great. That has a lot to do with the other card that we read, with the prosperity coming in. All right, Gemini. See you next time. Bye. Peace.